Hello everyone and welcome to a video on the channel. Today I'm on Forza Motorsport 7 and I have a Fairlady Z here. So if you guys don't know why I made this video, if you guys don't know by the title or the thumbnail, I decided to recreate the MightyCarMods Z in Forza Motorsport 7. Hopefully I can get very close to the way it looks in real life. But I don't think there's a lot of options available for this thing. However, the most important one has to be the RB. It also has to be the black fenders and the Watanabe wheels. And I think that's probably it. The exhaust I don't think I'll be able to get because I don't think you can change the exhausts like sort of just on their own in this. You have to actually change the rear bumper to do it. Everything else, I'm pretty happy with the way this is going to look. I mean, there's not really a lot of stuff done to the MightyCarMods Z, but I decided to go ahead and try to see if I can go, like, just at least get as close as possible. I know I won't be able to copy it and duplicate it exactly the way it is in real life, but to get it as close as possible to the actual Z. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this build on the channel. Now, I think I'm going to start off with the actual engine. Can we actually swap an RB in this thing? That is the most important thing. And can we also say... Oh, yes, we can. Of course we can. We have an RB26 here, which I think, if I remembered correctly, it was back from the previous Forza. So I think even Forza Horizon 2 or Forza 5 even had this exact setup here. That's why I kind of wanted to go with it, because I think it would have been... Or I definitely thought it would have been possible, but now it just proves me right. So anyway... Here, RB26, and we're also gonna go ahead. Before I do anything else, can I not? I can't. That's kind of annoying. Oh, but we can go with wide fenders though, so that's good. I'm not gonna go with the whole Rocket Buddy style, really wide body kit. I kind of like this one. It's got its spacers on and everything. It looks good. I'm putting this on. Everything else looks fine. See, this is kind of annoying here because with the RB kit, I think in Horizon, you were able to go ahead and swap it to a single turbo, which on this, apparently I'm not able to. It is still a twin turbo, as you can see. And yeah, I think back in Horizon, you were able to swap the RBs with a single turbo. That's kind of annoying. That is actually kind of annoying. I really wish that that we were able to do single turbo conversion to this thing. Anyway, let's just continue. We'll keep it rear wheel drive as it is in the show. For our front bumper here, we can't really change much. There's like one specific bumper that we can, or that we should really add on, and it's sort of this. This is like the one that they have in the show, except it's painted black, which is exactly what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna just pretty much add something similar to this on, because I mean, I don't even think it's this actual kit that's on the car itself in real life, but it's very similar, and I'm gonna add this on here, and we'll paint that black at the very end. So that's perfectly fine. For the rear bumper, we can't really change much. We're not gonna dechrome it. It does have the little chrome bumper. That's a lot of lights. It does have the little chrome bumper on the actual car in real life, so I'm gonna keep that the way it is. See what I mean? Like, I can't really change the exhaust unless I actually change the I'll just put some sports tires on it. I think sports tires are perfectly fine for what we're doing here. We're also gonna have to go wider with these, but I'll go ahead and swap to the wheels of choice first. I don't know which actual selection are they in, but I'll try to see if I can find them. Alright, we got our Watanabe style wheels. They're not really, you know, like perfect or dead on to the actual Watanabe style wheel, but it is very similar. Now, I'm not entirely sure the exact wheel size of the Z in the show, but I'm gonna go with slightly wider wheels, maybe some 225s. I don't really want to go with anything super wide because it just won't really look good. So 225s I think would be perfect for this car. We'll do the same for the rear end as well. So 225s in the front and rear. Oh, we can't, so we have to go slightly wider, which is perfectly fine. 235s in the rear, 225s in the front. Should make it alright. Now for the actual wheel size, I'm gonna go ahead and change these to something 15 inch. 15 would probably look alright. 15 would probably look alright. They're not, like, the tires aren't really stretched, so I don't really have that specific fitment there. Definitely not gonna make them that big. So 15 inch, probably perfect for this thing. And then we also do have to lower it a little bit as well, because then it'll just, I think, make it a little bit more complete, make it look a little bit better. So I think that is fine the way it looks there. I think just because everything is upgraded on the actual Z in real life, I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much just purchase a lot of the actual like sport transmission, sport suspension, all that sort of stuff, except for the actual springs and shocks and stuff like that, or springs and dampers, because I want to have like fully adjustable ones and I can lower it. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the race spec of those, but everything else, I think I'm just gonna go with sports, everything, just so it's slightly more upgraded than the actual stock ones. So yeah, I'll just be right back. So now we get to the power, and apparently, right, the car makes around 320 kilowatts to the rear wheels. So if we convert that into horsepower, and if we convert it to brake horsepower, which I'm pretty sure is what's measured in this game, it's not wheel horsepower in this game, because even if you do change it from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive to front-wheel drive to whatever, if you do end up doing a conversion, the power still stays the same in this game. So I'm gonna guess in this game it's calculated as brake horsepower. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and crank this all the way up to about 500 horsepower, which is what the brake horsepower of this car should be in real life as well, which is pretty mental to think about, all that power going to the rear wheels. But it's not going to be as laggy as the car in real life, because this one's still a twin turbo and we don't have the single turbo conversion for this thing. But again, like I said, I'm going to try to get it as close as I possibly can. So I guess we're going to bring this up to about 500 horsepower. So let's try add some sports parts to it and then see if that's enough. If it is, then I'm perfectly fine with that. I think I'll just have to upgrade the turbos and then it'll go up a lot higher. So if I do that, 330 horsepower with the exhaust change, cams again, 401. 415. Alright, and we managed to squeeze out exactly 500 horsepower out of the car, and that is pretty much it. Now I think all I'm gonna have to do is just paint the front bumper, and I guess that's it. Just paint that black and I should be perfectly fine. So I'll be right back once I have that done. Alright, and here we are. This is it. The Z is finally done. Look how clean it is, man. I love the way this thing looks. I've always loved the Fairlady Z, especially this one right here. It's beautiful. The only thing I really wish I could have changed was the exhaust, just to change it to like the normal single tip exhaust that they've added onto the actual car. But I'm honestly a big fan. If I was to have one of these, it would definitely look like this. Watanabe wheels and the whole lot and everything. I think I could use a little bit of camber as well for this, even though it did space the wheels out quite a bit, and the fitment is actually not too bad at all. But just I think a little bit of camber would do. And if I had the option to have like slightly stretched tires, I think I'd probably do that as well. So this is what we have here. This is the Fairlady Z that I've tried to recreate from MightyCarMods. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, by the way, I feel like I've sort of mentioned it in this video, but like I never actually told you guys who MightyCarMods are. Basically, they're a YouTube channel, and they do, as it says, they do car mods. They go ahead, they buy their cars, they do their little project cars, and they customize them, they modify them to the way they like, to the way they want them, and they just do that. That's what their whole channel is based about. They show off nice cheap mods as well. They also show off the right way to do mods, safe way to do mods, and it's a very, very good channel. I've been watching them for many years now. Like honestly, I think one of the first videos that I've done recreating two of their cars was when I've had a race on Laguna Seca on Gran Turismo 6, and this was years ago, back when they still had the S2000 and a Legacy, and I've sort of, if I remember correctly, that's what it was, and I put both of those together on a track, and I ended up sort of sharing that video out to people. So that's, I think, the first time that I ended up actually making a video similar to sort of this one that I'm making right now. So this is it. This is the Fairlady Z. I think the main thing, what we have to do now, is drive it and see what this thing is like. So let's give it a shot and see if this is any decent, which I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, because it's 500 horsepower, and it's all gonna go only to the rear wheels with some sports tires on it. This is gonna be interesting. So I'm taking the car home to Suzuka. This is where I'm gonna be testing out the Fairlady Z. It's fast. It's for sure fast. Oh my god, I still have a driving line on. I have not played this game in months. A little bit of understeer, a little bit of oversteer straight after. There goes the rear end. It's so tail happy. Again, no assists on, nothing like that. Just ABS. It's definitely a lot more. Oh god. It's definitely a lot more lively than it is in real life by the looks of things, but then again, I am just planting my foot down. I don't know really what I was expecting from this car, but I mean, It's definitely very, very, very tail happy. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. Alright, well. I'm gonna go ahead, change my perspective. Just a little bit of throttle and this thing just swirls about. The rear end is just mad. Alright, let's change our view to some exterior view. Look how good this car looks. So, so nice. Alright, hard on the brakes here. Careful with the web driving because, again, this thing is very, very swirly. There we go. So all I have to do is just turn in a little bit harsher than normal. I even added a roll cage in, which is, I don't think, something that I've mentioned. I even added a roll cage in on this car. Oh my god. It's so squirrely. It's so, so squirrely. I have to be so careful with the way I'm driving this thing. I can't put my foot down too much because it just... There it goes. There goes the rear end. I literally have to drive this, like, so carefully. You can tell the difference between video games and real life. Or having, like, 500 horsepower in a car like this. Is more than enough to literally just take this thing out drifting. But it's a mad little car. And I love it. Well, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more videos on my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to like this video again, like I said, if you enjoyed it. So, and again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.